Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This will be the third and final video of this series exploring the Philippines. If you have seen the previous two videos, thank you for sticking with me on this journey. And if you haven't, I definitely recommend checking them out. They explore stories from Coron and El Nido that go beyond the typical tourist experience. In this final episode, I wanted to try something a bit different. Instead of focusing on one big story, I decided to slow down and capture a series of moments. Small everyday scenes that caught my eye as I wandered through Port Barton. Moments that to me reflect the beauty and the rhythm of the Philippines. In the first two videos, I talked about the importance of documenting over creating and going beyond the surface of tourism. But here it's not about tourism at all. It's an invitation of being present in the moment, looking around and taking the time to observe the life that's happening all around us, wherever we are. Not just by taking one picture and moving on, but to observe, interact maybe, and tell small stories of what you see. This time I went for a more spontaneous street photography style, capturing moments both with my Fuji X200V and my iPhone. So get comfortable and let's dive into this final chapter. For a bit of context, one day I hopped on a boat and headed to a small island just outside Port Barton. It was the kind of place that felt like a little slice of paradise. But as always, my attention was drawn to something unexpected. A man, deeply focused, working on a long piece of bamboo. Naturally, I had to approach him, and after asking if I could take some pictures, I started documenting his process. Later on, still on the same island, I came across another man, this time working on the boat hull. The second story is a short one, but it felt important to include. Honestly, I could have told it with just one picture, but adding a second one gave the moment a bit more depth. One morning, I woke up early and went for a walk along the beach. That's when I saw a fisherman getting ready to sail out for his first catch. But a few moments later, I saw his wife joining him. So, despite the first image was quite powerful in my opinion, the second one added that extra touch to the story, somehow going against the classic idea of the man that has to go out and fish alone. Before I dive into this story, let me give you a bit of context. On my very first day in Port Barton, I saw something unexpected, a boat sinking. I later learned from a local that during low tide the boat hit a coral, cracking its hull, and then a second boat came for the rescue. Fast forward to the second day, it was early morning and I was walking along the beach at dawn when I noticed the same boat had been pulled onto the shore. A small crowd was gathering around it, so I had to check it out. As I got closer, I saw something incredible. The people had gathered to move the boat further inland, using nothing but logs and determination to slide it along the beach. It wasn't just the act itself that stood out, it was the sense of community. People of all ages had come together, working together, and putting the same strength to help those in need. Without this collective effort, the boat's owners would have faced a tough situation. It was one of those rare moments of pure humanity, and I felt so lucky to be there in this particular moment. The last story in this video was something I'd been hoping to capture since the very beginning of the trip. Honestly, I even tried to make something bigger happen, but it just didn't work out. From day one, I wanted to document a fisherman story, but despite my efforts, I couldn't find the right opportunity. I even tried to arrange a night out with a fisherman, but he asked for an amount of money that was like, let's just say it wasn't realistic. So I had to pass on that. Fast forward to the last day, just an hour before we were set to leave, I was walking along the beach one last time, feeling a bit disappointed not having found this scene, when I finally stumbled across something close to what I've been looking for. It wasn't a fisherman out at sea, but instead a simple fish sale happening right on the beach. And honestly, in that moment, it felt just as special. Honestly, using the iPhone was a pleasant surprise. The raw files were sharp, and with a little bit of work, the images didn't scream phone photo at all. Now, let's bring this video and the whole series to a close. In this final chapter, I focus on capturing random moments of daily life. They might seem like simple, ordinary moments, but to me, they are full of meaning. Documenting things that aren't common in my own country is a way to tell fresh stories. And that's the takeaway I want you to leave with. Try to spend more time out there documenting the little moments of daily life, but don't rush it, take your time. Stop for a while in front of your subject, take some photos, interact with them, or maybe stay at the distance and just observe. The goal here is to tell a story from that specific moment, no matter how ordinary it might seem. It could be a fisherman fixing a net, a lumberjack cutting wood, or a barista making a cup of coffee. Anything can become a story worth telling. And let me tell, it's not about finding the most incredible story. It's about the attention and care we put into these moments. As photographers, we decide what's meaningful. It's our sensibility that shapes these moments into stories we can share with the world. Creativity flows in us in so many ways. We just need to be open to it, sensitive enough to recognize it, and ready enough to capture it. Finally, I want to thank you for sticking around along this series of videos. Your support means the world to me. If you have enjoyed this series and don't want to miss what's coming next, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got some exciting ideas lined up and I'd love to have you along for the journey. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.